Now, it's also a big day in women's football with 3 World Cup playoffs taking place. It's a pretty complicated qualification process for the tournament in Australia and New Zealand next year. Well, here's Sanny Rudravajhala to shed some light on it. We had to task someone with this job of trying to work out the permutations. We chose you. Yeah. So bearing in mind what we know with the permutations and the current scorelines and what's going on, because there's plenty of teams hoping to book their place. Can you bring us up to date with what we know right now? Yeah,
it took me about 40 minutes to get my head around this, but currently Portugal are winning 4-1 against Iceland in their playoff game. Yeah, brilliant game for Portugal, actually. All in the second half. 10 minutes into that second half, Jessica Silva pushed over in the box, penalty given for Portugal, player sent off for Iceland as well. Carol Costa with the opener there. Iceland managed to equalise, it was 1-1 before Portugal then pretty much ran away with it in the end. Went into extra time, but Diana Silva got what looked like it was going to be the winner, and there's just been 2 very, very late goals there, Paul. So Tatiana Pinto and Francisca Nazareth with the goals for Portugal. So it looks like they've done enough, winning 4-1. Of course, there's basically this group. Right, if you stick with me for a moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, so is that enough? Or?
Yeah, so they amalgamate all the teams into this run-off playoff game. So, and in that, then there's the top 3 teams in this group potentially can go through. The top 2 of those definitely qualify. The third go into this inter-confederation playoff game, which is where it gets very complicated. So whilst we're still on this, I'll tell you what's happening in the Wales game. Wales playing against Switzerland. Switzerland were top of that group, and Wales took the lead very early on through Rhiannon Roberts, Liverpool defender. Switzerland managed to equalise, and then it got really complicated. A penalty was scored by Switzerland where it hit the post, came back to the player, scored the rebound. That was then disallowed because technically 2 touches for a penalty. Then had another late chance goal ruled off for offside, and just in the last few minutes, in extra time, Switzerland have scored. So Switzerland winning 2-1. Looks like Switzerland will top that group, so Switzerland will go through. You still with me?
I'm still with you.
Iceland are out, obviously, because Portugal have won 4-1. I've got my table here that then puts Iceland right up there into that... Portugal right up there into that second position. And currently, Ireland are playing Scotland right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, because obviously the staggered kick-off times doesn't help with trying to work out what's going on. But Scotland and taking on the Republic of Ireland in a game that's going to ultimately decide this now, looking at the scores as they are.
Yeah, and Caroline Weir, who left Manchester City in the summer for Real Madrid, had a penalty early on, took it, went to the keeper's left-hand side, but it was saved. So that's currently goalless. Just checking my watch here, it's 35 minutes on the clock there. So, yeah, it gets very complicated. We'll continue to update, of course. But, yeah, Switzerland look like they are going to be through in the last few moments of their game against Wales. Lots of really upset Wales players and fans. They've done really, really well to get so far, so close, but it looks like Wales will be out, Switzerland going through, Portugal look like they'll be the second-place team, and it's between Scotland and Ireland for this final one.
So close for Wales, who were looking to do it for the first time, of course. But, Sanny, thank you very much for going through all that for us.